Hi there, this is Susie back again, and today she is going to show you what she promised to plant a pelargonium, which is a more of the sort that I like, which are the fancy leaf. You could use any three varieties of any sort as long as the height, how tall it's going to grow. So when you put in a combo planting, they all grow at the same time at this certain size. So choose wisely what you are going to put in your combo planting. I have chosen one of these orange little sort of a midi size of this particular pelargonium that I'm going to put into my combo pot, which I have chosen this particular size. You can choose a bigger size to give you perhaps a better look plus amount of flowers that it would generate. The bigger the pot, of course, the nicer your pelargoniums will flower and look beautiful. So I've chosen one of these which is similar height, which is medium height to my couple of Henry Cox, and I am also going to try a couple of Warren. Warren tends to be a little bit taller than those two, but I will keep it trimming to make it look exactly the same size and fuller when it does grow into a more vigor growth into my little pot that I've got here. Now I have also chosen to finish it off with some of these succulent sedum of some variety, I believe. So I'm just gonna use this particular one, which turns out beautiful lemony color in summer. So it will look really nice when it cascades back onto this pot. And you can choose many things to use it as a filler. You could perhaps, not right now because we will be very soon coming into winter, but later on when spring does arrive, leave some gaps where you could fill it up with, say, lobelia, petunias, marigold perhaps. Choose what you think would look really nice in this particular pot. I would go for the lobelias because you can buy many different pretty ones in many different colors, like whites, purple, pinks, and all that kind of thing, light and dark purple ones. Lobelia would go really well, but if you want to plant something with more longitudinal variety of any plants and it's edible, you can always put chives right in the middle, which would look really lovely. And usually I like to put chives in it so that I have a couple of purposes for it. Number one, it looks really nice and gives a different leaf texture, different look in your pot, and of course you can eat it. You know, it's edible things that you can put in it. You can put garlic in it if you like. Just gives you a different shape in your pot. Or you can choose these ones here, which are the spider plant, and that would look really nice either in the middle, or you could put it along the side and it will cascade with little babies. Something like that would really look nice if you leave it cascading. Or you could use simply one of them. I've got it in here. Use some cuttings of these, which I've got it here, the red one and the pink one. This particular one is a red one, and I just love it cascading, the way it cascades. You can plant it around it, would give you another look. So just choose whatever suits the pot. You know, there are many other things you can choose. You could put a standard plant in the middle, which I will show you what I have done in my big pots, where I have put a standard in the middle. You can put a boxes in the middle and and shape it if you like, you know, little boxes that will look really nice in the middle, or you can just have something tall and then have all these pelargoniums surrounding it. Now normally, as you know, when I am propagating, you know that I use 2/3 of just ordinary potting mix or ordinary garden soil. In my case, my garden soil is so good that I tend to use that. But when I plant up my veggie garden, obviously I can't dig the soil out, so that's where I start buying different types of garden soils, all sorts, try what works best. And here I managed to get some garden soil here, which is only, now I'm going to change the mixture to when I propagate it, to when I plant my propagated already rooted plants in this particular pot. These are already rooted, so I'm going to change the mixture. Instead of using 2/3 of my garden soil, knowing the size of the pot is not a huge one, so I had to sort of go for a guesstimate how much soil I'm going to use in this particular pot. Now here I have only got 3/4 of my garden soil, which I managed to get before I planted my seeds in my garden, veggie garden. So I managed to steal some from there, but I'll see how I go. In this particular garden soil, I have also kind of went for the guesstimate here, which I have already weighed. It's about 15 grams of my wetting agent that I buy in big plastic bags that you can buy it from Bunnings. Now there are many manufacturers that sell wetting agents. I try to use Rich Grow's one or the Yates, so it depends what is on special usually that I go for. If not, then I go for the Yates, because I do like to use Yates products in most of my garden matters. And this one I've just weighed it. It's about 15 grams to the size of the pot. This particular one is, I sort of guesstimated, is about 30 centimeter diameter pot. So all this instruction is all written, how much of what you need to mix. So read the instructions carefully, how much of the wetting agent you need to use, of what size pot. So I'm just guesstimating it here. Usually it's 18 grams per 30 centimeter pot, but here is about 30 centimeter pot, but it's only 3/4, so I went for about 15 grams. So this is, I'll mix it all into my garden soil. Oh, I should have used the glove. I will be back with you, so I better use the glove. Yes, I've got my gloves on, and now I can mix the soil that I have just put in the wetting agent in. So I have mixed those two mixtures, and I am just going to fill in this pot. This is just the garden soil at the bottom. And the pot size is, as you can see, it's not that high. It's about 30 centimeters high and about 35 to 30 centimeter in diameter. You can use bigger pot. Unfortunately, I don't have any bigger pot than this. That's why I'm using it. The bigger the pot, the better the outcome of your plant's gonna be. So, and then I am going to use Yates potting mix. You can also use, you can substitute with, you know, the are more expensive from the Osmocote version of it, which are the premium quality. I'm not saying this is not a premium quality. I only hope that Yates actually changed this to premium quality, because it should be premium quality rather than just regular. Because what I can see, what it contains, it's no difference. It's no difference to the professional Osmocote by Scott's, because they've got the same ingredients, and the price of Osmocote is a lot more expensive than the Yates potting mix. So it doesn't really matter what you use as long as it's a good quality, and just read what it contains. In here it's still got the slow release fertilizer, which is the NPK, and Scots call it Osmocote. Osmocote is same thing, same meaning what a slow release fertilizer contains. So don't think buying Osmocote you're buying anything special. Still got the slow release, same as this particular bag of soil. And then it has trace elements with also the Osmocote by Scott. So, and this is a lot cheaper than buying the professional one from Scott's. And also has blended to optimize water penetration and reduce nutrient leaching. So it's got some good properties there. So this is why I have chosen this time to use this, or you could use anything of premium quality soil. So I'm just gonna put this in here. And don't forget, this particular soil, I don't have to add my favorite thing that I tend to use in everything, anything green, anything lively plants here, is my favorite dynamic lifter. This particular one also has dynamic lifter added to it, so it's an extra bonus. And throughout the year what I will do is still feed my plants, because I love feeding my plants for good growth, strong healthy branches, strong healthy growth, and of course lots of flowers. That's why we grow up in leaf, to have a beautiful colors on them. I have chosen non-fancy leaf here because I just chose something green, something red and multicolored here, and something more bright yellow with beautiful colors. The Warrain is gonna give me in spring, coming into perhaps next year. So I'm just going to put this in, and because I've chosen 3 plants, so I'm going to go a third wise, meaning one here, and one here. So you sort of divide the space. So I have put this orange, single orange petal one here, and this one is one of the ones that are propagated on the 11th of the 2nd, and it takes up to 2 to 3 weeks for the roots to come. And let's find out how good are the roots in these little pots. This is Henry Cox. Let's see if he has rooted well or not. A bit of gentle tap. It doesn't appear to have as much root as possible that I could see, but anyway, if I put in here without disturbing it too much, it should be perfectly good, because there is no sign of root rots or anything on this plant. So that one should survive. And let's have a look at this one. This one seems to have a lot more roots, as you can see. So this one has rooted better than this one. So I'll just put this one very close to it because I want it in a nice bush. I put these 2 together, and the third one I'm going to put it in here, which are my Warrain. It's been a hot day here today, up to 27 degrees, and I'm certainly feeling it. So planting it even makes it worse. It feels like actually 50 degrees, if that. Yes, I can see some root development here. So it takes good 3 to 4 weeks actually for the root to develop, which you can't see, but the roots have developed quite well in this one. I like to check it so I know that it has rooted well. A little bit of a worry here, but it should be okay because I haven't done the disturbing, and I've just potted that one in. And let's have a look at this one. Yeah, not bad. More slower than the other one, but it's still looking good. I'm getting new growth on it, so I think it should be okay. So I'll put very close to the other one, which I have, and I will just steal some more of this soil. And a good idea is actually to have something different, different types of plant. If you had all green leaf ones in here, I would say all 3 green ones, it's very hard when they're not in flower, and if somebody wants a cutting, it's very hard to know whether it's a pink one, orange one, red one, whatever. So this way it's fairly distinguishable that this one is an orange flower one, this is Warren, and this is Henry Cox. And if you, as I say, it's good to have something different so that you can identify it a lot easily. Now I've done the potting. Now I am going to now put these ones on the side. I did all this cutting yesterday and put it in some water, and all I'm going to do is literally put them around it, because it would be just lovely to see these cascading over these plants. So that's what I would like to see, is the cascading bit, because that's what makes this plant beautiful. So get a bit more imaginative, you know, this is my idea, but you might like other types of succulents. There are more colorful ones, there are nice sedums which do cascade a lot, different types of sedums you can use, and it just makes it look really nice in a pot, especially with geraniums like this. And then it cascades beautifully. And if you like annuals, put annuals in, because you can fill in the gaps. As you can see, there's gaps there. You can fill them in with annuals as well. Now this is what I'm gonna do with the rest of them. I won't do it now because it will take me a while to get it ready. But this is what I do to make the pot look really nice. When spring comes, you get beautiful masses of leaves. If they are not flowering, you can admire the leaves, and if they are flowering, you can admire the flowers. Now I'm going to show you a few other things that I have done, so it gives you more idea what I do. See you soon.